Falling in love at 70. Can you really fall in love at 70? Older women and younger men. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. Well, I've talked about this subject before, older women, younger men falling in love. And so I thought I would add a new twist to it. So today, my girlfriend and I were talking, and she's widowed, and she is, let's see, she's about 70. She's in her early 70s. Now, she looks quite a bit younger. She's very fit. She's very active. She takes amazing care of herself. She's independent, and yet she's single. Now, she's not out there looking for love, and she's not needy for love because, well, she has a beautiful family and she has a beautiful home and she's living her life the way she wants. And so we talked, quite a bit, and I have several different friends that are kind of going through a similar situation. So it's not just an isolated friendship, with one friend that is single again. And I'm very married. I've been married for a long, long time, and I have a wonderful marriage. I happen to marry a younger man. Now, even though we've been married 30 some years, he was 5 years younger than me when we met. And now people think he's older than me. Although I looked really young when we got married, and, I've always looked younger than what I am. And, but he's a very, very handsome man, and it's worked wonderfully. So I was talking to my friend, and she said, there's just nobody in her age group that is out there available. And I said, well, they are out there, but they're not necessarily easy to find. And so when you're older, it's a lot different dating than when you're younger. When you're younger, often you don't have a lot to lose. You don't have a lot to risk. And you have years and years ahead of you. So if you make a bunch of mistakes, you can probably have time to clean it up and change things. But when you're older, you often have more to lose, especially financially. Often there's adult children or, grandchildren, people involved in your life and in the other person's life. You both have a history behind you. Many of you are set in your ways. And so we were talking, and I said, really and truly, it depends on whether you want to get married again. Now, my one friend I was talking about the other day, she doesn't want to get married again. This other friend, she's really kind of on the fence. She's sort of like, well, maybe not, I don't know. And I said, well, you have to come at it from the perspective of what you want. If you want to get married again, you kind of choose from, particular characteristics and particular qualities. And marrying someone is a lot different than dating someone, okay? Because if things don't work out when you're dating someone, it may not be perfect to break it off, but yet it's often a lot easier to break it off than to get married and find out that you're very unhappy with someone. So you have a different set of standards and qualifications for someone you're going to marry than someone you're going to date. And so, I just said to her, I said, if you want to date somebody, it's pretty much an open field. You could date a younger man. And I said, you could even marry a younger man, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend that because often a younger person, depending on how much younger they are, their season of their life is different, and what they want may be different than what you want at this stage of life. But if you're going to date somebody, especially date them as a friend, often it opens up a lot of opportunity. And she said, well, I'd just like to go to a good movie with a guy and have him hold my hand. And I said, well, the world's probably a lot of great looking guys out there that would love to go to a movie with you, and that you necessarily may not want to marry, but they may be a good friend or even a little bit more. And so I think older women and younger men, it definitely can work out. If not for a marriage, it most certainly can work out for friendship or, a little bit more than friendship, maybe romance, who knows. So I think that, people often close their minds as they get older, and they have just such high expectations of everybody that they meet. And sometimes people can't meet all those expectations, especially if you want to get married again. But if you don't really want to get married again and you just want to date somebody, I think younger men and older women can work out just great. Okay, from my house to yours. May God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.